So as you approach a large mass in space, it distorts time-space. So there's no, like, time and space are actually the same thing. They call it time-space now. You have length, width, height, and time. So I can describe you or you or you anywhere by giving your, like your position in space, where you are and the time you are there. So
but
like when you get towards a large mass, it warps that.
But wouldn't it be exponential then? Because so if they're saying it was 7 years for every hour on the planet.
Yeah, you just have to do that calculation of how.
And then what their orbit was. Plus, they didn't even factor in the wormhole. So really, it really would have been a lot more than back on Earth.
But their calculation was off anyways.
Right.
Because it was 23 years instead of 7.
Right.
But then Earth would have been even more because of the wormhole.
Well, they were
So
gauging time
calculate.
by Earth years.
Yeah.
So they were gauging it based
I
off
see
of
what you're
Earth.
saying. Because that was the interesting part when they went to the other planet, Edwards or Miller or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And they said that for the day is 60 hours of cold, the night is 60 hours of cold. So in
they were just
Earth
doing like
time, it's 120 hours per day.
Right. So it just takes the planets
To orbit
120 hours to
That's
spin around
crazy.
Mars.
That was weird. But that doesn't even make sense in my head because
It just
they're
has to do with
saying
how
that
fast it spins
because they
around.
were saying, but the gravity, there was gravity on there, and they were saying it was fairly close to what Earth has.
That just has to do with how big the planet is.
Oh, it doesn't have to
So
do
like
with
the
the
moon,
orbit
the
of it?
moon has, well, the moon has no nights or days.
Yeah, but if our planet,
Yeah,
like,
it does.
if the Earth wasn't spinning as fast as it was,
If the
our
Earth
gravity
wasn't,
would change.
no,
Our
it
gravity
wouldn't change. It would not change. The gravity that we feel has to do with how much mass is on the Earth.
Huh.
That's why if you go to the moon, it's 1/6 the mass, so it's 1/6 the gravity. So that's why they can bounce around. So the moon does not
Should have
rotate.
paid more attention to astronomy,
Yeah.
science.
The moon doesn't rotate. So the moon, that's why there's a dark
Yeah.
side of the moon. It follows us.
Yeah, it follows us. Yeah.
So,
Don't they think that the moon is just a broken off piece of the Earth?
yeah.
From,
And then
from a
that-
planet colliding with Earth?
Right, yeah. And then the asteroid belt is a planet that never formed.
Around Saturn?
Yeah. Or past Saturn.
Hmm.
So there's that huge asteroid belt. Those never collected and formed a 9th planet or 10th planet or whatever.
Didn't they just find 2 masses beyond Neptune?
Yeah. Yeah, they
could be
The other
considered
thing
planets?
that's interesting is I'm trying to figure out the whole asteroid thing. So how does an asteroid that's as big as a state destroy an entire Earth?
Well, think about
Because
it.
it would destroy the atmosphere.
So it breaks through the atmosphere.
So
and then,
what makes our ability for life? It wouldn't destroy the planet, but it would destroy life on the planet.
Well,
That's
it
what I'm
would
wondering,
cook
how?
everything.
How does it?
When it enters the atmosphere.
Just think of it just in pure terms of energy. It has so much energy, given the speed that it's going. It's going like hundreds of
Well,
thousands
the way
of
I
miles
think of
an
it
hour.
is like, say, a freaking BB passing through a blown up balloon.
Well, think of
like
it as
collapses
a
like the freaking balloon. The actual layer of it is your atmosphere. Once you puncture that layer, then it basically collapses what is protected inside. That's why I think of it.
just think of it as like a giant
Nuclear bomb.
rock, and then shooting a bullet into it, like a clump of rock, and shooting a bullet into it at like 100 times the speed that a regular bullet goes. And
It
what
doesn't
that
make
would
sense
do.
because now you just blow up.
It would blow.
the
I
Earth
mean, it would
doesn't
blow
blow
up
up, though.
huge. Well, if something the size of a state, it'd create a pretty big hole.
Yeah, pretty big hole, but it's actually.
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't like fracture
Yeah.
the planet.
Depending on how.
Yeah, depending on how big it is. Yeah.
It depends on how fast it's going.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is, you'd think everything would be going the same speed coming into Earth.
No, because it depends on what planets it passed by, what speed it was going. So like that thing that they just landed on that comet, that was a 10-year journey. They did 2 gravity pulls with Earth. They did 1 gravity pull with Mars, and then 1 with Jupiter to speed it up. So yeah, it took 10 years to do that.
And it was on it for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But they did say they found organic matter on it.
Yeah, they landed in a shady place, like literally shade, and the solar panels can't recharge, and that's why. That's why they're not getting anything from it.